Wicked, deadly. Woo! Let's give him another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. That was beautiful, appropriate. That was on the money. And it's a good thing we didn't have the drum group sing a non-contest powwow song. Whitetail boys, you would have had comp this time. All right, I'm turning this time down to the floor to Mr. Boy Ladd. On the bottom there's a switch there, boy, right to the side. Right here, Rusty. Oh, we need the microphone on that one that Spencer just used.
Testing one.
Oh. There we go.
Yeah. Ujo hinachige mana pere wakshi khatere herushke hinachige gi kargewe. Egi hamte egi mana pe hamte egi wodede shide. I've been asked to speak in behalf of the Seminole Nation and the Pow Wow Committee, speak of the reverence, the respect I had for one of my brothers, one of my combat war brothers. Again, Mr. Stephen Bowers and I go back to the 1970s, 1980s. And a friendship I certainly enjoyed through the years. The sacrifice that he had made for the Seminole Nation, not only them, but the whole nation as a whole. Many of you have heard about the memorial that was dedicated up in Washington, D.C. Again, that was initiated by the Seminole Nation, and Mr. Mitchell Cypress and Stephen were quite instrumental in the development and the fundraising and putting that memorial together. For many of us that went to Vietnam, it was a very hard time in our life. Stephen served with the herd, the 173rd, who were across the river from me as I was stationed up in An Khe, the base of Hong Kong Mountain. Later, he moved to Binh Dinh province, and the war continued. I credit and thank the herd for taking care of me after I got hit in '71. I think of Stephen, the legacy that he has left for his people, for the whole nation. I think of the ways that the enjoyment of coming here annually for their Veterans Gathering, always held usually on Veterans Day in November. I've been here probably about 7, 8 times, and a guest of Mitchell and Stephen and Paul. The regalia, the outfit that I wear, was given to me by the Seminole Nation. Stephen and Paul took me and dressed me with my beret and my fatigues. He said, anytime I come back to the Seminole Nation, to always wear this. And again, I humble myself in the memory of a very special war brother of mine. And again, being a war brother, there are many sacrifices that we have made on behalf of our people. Stephen and I would spend hours talking about responsibilities, the things that we had learned, that we had brought back to our people. I have done a number of workshops in helping them, the Seminole Color Guard. I might say that has come to every major celebration that I put on. They were the first to come. They brought the delegation, their princesses, their warrior, their color guard. And again, I compliment the Seminole Nation, a Seminole Nation that never signed a treaty. They have a unique status. And for some of us that have been involved in politics, realize what the Seminole Nation has given to all of our Native people. We look to gaming, the bingo halls, Class 1 gaming. I recall a time that the Seminole Nation instituted that, and again has impacted all of North America. Part of the responsibility, there are many different ceremonies that we're called upon to help our people. I was always told that when our warriors came home, they would stop at the edge of the village. They would lower their hair. They would paint their face, notch their feathers. They would enter into the center of the village. Much of what you see at Pow Wow today. Names were given, feathers were given, and most importantly, the right. Tonight, I want to leave an important message that Steve and I talked about many times. Respect. Respect for our warriors, our veterans, especially for those that served in combat. I served with Charlie Rangers, 75th Airborne Ranger Division, Vietnam. I had over 36 missions with 32 firefights. I got hit in June of '71, and Stephen and I would talk about the responsibilities that went with that. It is only the beginning as many of us as warriors must face. The responsibility to our people, to name our children, our women relatives. The rights as a human life taken in battle. Those warriors that brought that right back to our people, we enjoy that in part. That is part of our responsibility. Before the first grand entry, there was a gentleman that came to me, Mr. Henry McClellan. He came to me asking permission to dance. He had just lost his sister. And part of our tradition, especially in the world of Hedushka, is the right to dance. So he gave this bonnet to me, this blanket. I'd like to call Marlon forward at this time. And our president for the Seminole Nation, when we receive gifts for part of our ceremony, we always pass it on to our women. And for the honor of being invited here by the president of the Seminole tribe and Miss Wanda Bowers, I wanted to present this blanket. I call upon my Chunska here, Mr. Marlon White Eagle, our former president for the Ho Chunk Nation, to present this blanket to carry on again that certain ceremony, that certain rite. And again, I want to thank you on behalf of myself and all the warriors that are here. I think all the veterans tonight, the warriors, deserve that certain applause. The sacrifice that they have made, what we look at in this circle. Herushka originated among the Ho-Changada people, which means to fight, to go to war. My people are a warrior-based nation. Our religion evolves around our war bundles, our medicine bundles. When a warrior passes on, they call upon one of our Purple Heart recipients to sing a song. As they lower his casket into the earth, return to the earth, this song is sung by our warriors. We say, Wanagida, Stephen Bauer Wanagida, which means in the spirit of that person that I honor him tonight. I'm sorry that I missed his funeral, but as a custom, again, we share this song. We worship John, we worship John, Rest in peace, brother. Jankidi.
Thank you, boy. Pina Gigi, thank you. Appreciate it. I believe we are ready to go. Is that right? For our Saturday Night Live, our final grand entry as we get underway. Real quickly, before we start, there's a wallet turned in. Lydia, Caitlin, Ray, Joe. Lydia, Caitlin, Ray, Joe, Coach wallet. There's credit cards in here and money, okay? Young girl over here, Jacelyn Phoenix. Jacelyn found it. She turned it in, and I believe she deserves an award because there's a lot of money in here. Cash, credit cards. So when you come on up, please be prepared to give her something.
Lydia Rahul, my stepdaughter. No, I'm just going to collect it.
You don't want to give no reward?
For her? Oh, to
the person that found
yes.
it, yeah.
Let me see.
There's money in there and there's money on the other side, too. I don't have that list, though. Where's that list of royalty? Ladies and gentlemen, that's your stepdaughter?
Yes.
The stepfather?
Yes.
of the wallet has turned in, and he donated a lot of money. Jason Phoenix, come on up and get this from, what's your name? Hugo. Here you go. She's right over here somewhere, unless she's for grand entry. Oh, there she is, right here. That's one that found it. Thank you for that applause. Ready to rock and roll? All right, Whitetail Boys, let's rock the house. Saturday Night Live. Tommy Draper, bring us in. Welcome again to Grand Entry, our Eagle staff and our Eagle staff carrier, Tommy Gunn Draper, Kirtland, New Mexico, of the Navajo Nation. Big.
I'd also like to say thank you to the Seminole tribe of Florida Color Guard for joining us here on this beautiful Saturday Night Live. Thank you to the Sanford White Eagle Post 556 Honor Guard representing the Ho-Chunk Nation out of Baraboo, Wisconsin. Thank you for being here. Coming to us from the great state of Oklahoma, represent the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, the Seminole Nation Honor Guard. Represent the Assistant Wapitan Oyate. Represent the Assistant Wapitan and Kiowa Nations. We say thank you to the Indigenous Akichita Women Association. Introducing the first all-female Native American color guard from Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and Wyoming. Native American women warriors. Coming to us from the great state of South Dakota, Lakota women warriors. Witcha!
Rocky Boy, Niggabook, Rocky Boy, Niggabook.
Represent the Southern Ute Indian Tribe, coming to us from Ignacio, Colorado, the Southern Ute Indian Tribe Veterans Association. Let them hear it, ladies and gentlemen. They come from communities across Turtle Island. They represent the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, the Navajo Nation, the Mandan Hirata Rikra Nation, the Marine Warrior Society. Welcome. Hey-cha. We want to say welcome to all of our Seminole tribe of Florida dignitaries, the leadership of our host tribe here. Welcome, welcome. We also want to say welcome to all of our musicians, the artists, representing different communities and tribes from across the nation. Welcome, welcome. We'd also like to say welcome to all of our royalty, representing different organizations and tribal powwows and events from all over the country. Royalty, give our audience a big wave. Welcome. Good job. Let them hear it, ladies and gentlemen. All of our princesses.
Rocky boy, one more star mile, one more. Stand by, descendants, for the flag song. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Saturday Night Live Grand Entry. Thank you, Whitetail Boys. Thank you, Rocky Boy. Hi, hi. And now, good people, if you would please remain standing. Those of you that are seated, please stand and rise for the rendering of these next two songs that pay tribute to our Eagle staff, to our American flag, our tribal flags, our state flags, and all the flags that are representing. Our veterans that are here, men and women that have served, our chief and council and dignitaries for the leadership provided of our host tribe, the Seminole tribe of Florida. We're going to call upon the next drum, the descendants, to render the appropriate song for our Eagle staff and our flags. Nelson? Makbia Luta, victory song. Thank you, singers. And thank you for standing. And thank you for that applause. Not too many a time we get applause for our flag song, but we'll take it. Thank you. Makbia Luta, we call upon you, the next drum in line, to render us a victory song for our veterans, men and women, and for each and every one of us tonight to dance in victory. Dance in place, dancers, veterans. Each and every one of you good people in the crowd, dance in victory. Thank you. Makbia Luta. Wopila. Wopila Tonka. Now at this time, we'd like to call forth our Eagle Staff Carrier, give him a proper introduction for leading out our grand entry this evening. Coming to us from Kirtland, New Mexico, the Navajo Nation, Mr. Tommy Draper. Introducing from Hollywood, Florida, right down the road here, representing the Seminole Tribe of Florida, the Seminole Tribe of Florida Color Guard, Commander Sally Josh, Curtis Matlow, Coleman Josh, and Gary McIntosh, representing the Navy and the U.S. Army, respectively. You may come on through. And now, as we introduce the President, Vice Chairman of the Seminole Tribe of Florida, Holly Tiger, first woman elected as President. Introducing Big Cypress Councilwoman Mary Ann Billy. Introducing Principal Chief of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, Lewis J. Johnson. Tallahassee Band Bird Clan. Introducing Seminole Tribe, Brighton and Tampa Board Representative Brian Arledge. Introducing Big Cypress, Board Representative Anna Mockley, Nadine Bowers. The Chairperson of the Seminole Tribal Fair, Virginia Osceola. And introducing our Pow Wow Chairwoman for over, I don't know how many years, but let's give her another round of applause, Ms. Wanda Bowers. And now introducing our Seminole Tribe Panther Clan Council Board Liaison, Brian Cepeda. Introducing the Thomas Palmer Band Chief and Bear Clan of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, Jake Tiger. Record this. Now introducing, I see him in the front there, and I'm going to introduce him first. From the Hunkpapa, Sahasapa Lakota people. He starred in Westworld, Dark Winds, Into the West, The Last Manhunt, Echo, the list goes on, but more importantly, we all watched him in Reservation Dogs, and he had that one quote that he called everybody, right? Yeah. He said it out there. Say it one more time, Zach. As long as I don't say it up here. Zach McClurden. Wait, hold on a second, Zach. You know what? We came a little bit too first, because what I'm going to do is what I did last year. And we're going to put you to the test since you're Hunkpapa as well. We're going to make you guys dance a little bit. We're going to show your moves. So, Zach, join the crew back. Join the crew, Zach. Yeah. We're going to introduce, right there, yeah, Stevie Salas of the Apache people, executive producer, music composer. We want to recognize his work for the following with George Clinton, Rod Stewart, Mick Jagger. Let's give him a round of applause, Stevie Salas. Wave to the crowd. Adam Conte, a Mohawk Oneida ancestry, He's award-winning videos in Dream, Emmy Award winner for The City Can Dance, Adam Conte. Just come right up there and meet with Rusty. Come on up here, introducing Charlie Hogan. Todicini Akani Dene, gifted actress, Netflix Firebread Face, and me. Please welcome Charlie Hogan. And speaking of the Dene, we'd like to recognize executive producer of the Indigenous Enterprise, Pow Wow Dancer Emmy Award winner for These Cities Can Dance, Kenneth Shirley. Introducing Cody Lightning, coming to us from the Cree people of Canada, actor, producer, director, Smoke Signals, Four Sheets to the Winds, Tales from the Res, and Echo. He completed a screening, Hey Victor, in which they starred and directed Cody Lightning. We'd also like to recognize designer and partner of the NTVS clothing of the Kiowa and Choctaw people, artist, designer, film director, producer, and writer. He's one of them on Marvel, Echo, recruiter and producer in Darkwoods AMC. Let's give a big round of applause for my brother, Stephen Paul Judd. Good to see you, Steve. Do we have any more out there? Is that it? Do we have some more out there? I think we have some. I don't have a list, though. And introducing of the Yaqui Shoshone Mexican Ancestry Award-winning legendary famous musician, frontrunner for the famous Native American band Redbone, the famous Come and Get Your Love, has been in countless movies. Please welcome Mr. Pat Vegas. Come and get your love. Now we're going to have them dance One Start, Come On Up. I know Stephen Paul Judd loves this part. All right, Kenneth, you ready? We're calling upon showtime. One Start, Hunter. One start for the actresses, the actors, the celebrities. And where's Zach? Zach, you got to lead us out first. You, boop, boop. I can't even say it. I don't want to get in trouble. All right. Showtime. One start. Let's dance in our celebrities. Yeah, get it, Zach, get it. All right, the rest of you, come on up, the rest of you. Give him a round of applause. We got a tie between Kenneth Shirley and Zach McLaren. Come on up, Zach. Come on up here. Let me get a picture with you. And now at this time, we want to bring forth our royalty. We want to thank these young ladies and all the royalty represented. If there's any brave scouts or little warriors in there, I apologize. But all of these royalty, one last time, come on up, come in front and center. We want to recognize Miss Seminole Tribe of Florida, Tomlin Billy, and Junior Miss Tenaya Billy, and all of the visiting royalty. Yeah, we'll see you all at Gathering of Nations in Albuquerque, New Mexico, right? Come on down to the GON 2024. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give our attention to all of our color guards that are going to be competing in the finals here very shortly. We're going to take them off the floor here, but let's pay them off with a round of applause as they exit.
Rusty. Showtime's the last one I sing.
Yeah.
For the grand entry.
Yeah, so
I mean, Showtime's next.
Well, they sang that one start, so I'll see if they want to sing it.
I don't know if they're choosing. I guess they are choosing their drum.
All right, I believe the lights may go out and get dark and use the spotlight, so make sure you're sitting by the one, the correct one.
When the lights come on, right? Hey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get right into the finals of the solos of the Battle of the Guards. This is a special memorial contest sponsored by Wanda and family to honor her late brother, Stephen Bowers, as Boy Lad was mentioning a little bit. Every grand entry, we had all the color guards come through grand entry. We had all the color guards exit with a little bit of cadence, with a little bit of technique. But now, this is where the contest starts. Our first color guard to compete is the Sanford White Eagle Post, 556, from Baraboo, Wisconsin, representing the Ho-Chunk Nation. Do we have a time limit, or are we just kind of going with the flow? I think we're just going to go with the flow. So I'm going to turn it on over to the singers. I'm going to turn it on over to Sanford White Eagle Post, 556. All right. Rusty, are we good to go, judges? Huh? Okay. All right. We're getting set up here. We're going to make sure this is on. Mike Man, can you turn on the center mic here on the podium, the stand? Check, check. Hey, that sounds louder than mine. We need Richard Bowers.
Good evening, Hollywood, Florida. Let's make some noise for Seminole Tribal Fair 2024. It is a great honor and privilege to be here, coming from the great Ho-Chunk Wazija Chi Nation, Baraboo, Wisconsin. In honor of the great Sanford Mahi Ska Hanaji White Eagle Legion Post 556. It is a great opportunity and a blessing to us to be here, and we wish to present a traditional dance of our Ho-Chunk people, the fish dance, along with a hoop dance. Let's give a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our Sanford Waigago Post 556. Thank you, thank you. And now at this time, we'd like to invite to the floor our second color guard in the competition from Seminole, Oklahoma, the Seminole Nation Honor Guard. Southern boys, I believe you've been asked to stand by, Kelly. Stand by, Southern boys. Southern boys, do you know what songs they want, correct? Okay, all right. As soon as we come out to the floor here, our second color guard group, the Seminole Nation Honor Guard from Seminole, Oklahoma, as they take the floor, we'll get to the next competition. While we're sitting up here, I want to introduce the Commander Rex Haley, U.S. Army, Philip Kuhn, U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, Alex Fish, U.S. Army, Walter Larney, U.S. Marines, Gerald Williams, U.S. Army, David Johnson, U.S. Army, and Sam Wheeler, U.S. Army.
All right, I'm going to read what the color guard here gave me. As they prepare here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read this. The meaning of the memorial. The helmet and identification tag signify the dead soldier. The cross signals a time for prayer and a break in the action to pay tribute to our comrades. The combat boots represent the final march of the last battle. Silence, please. Southern boys, if you would please, memorial song. Sound to Southern boys, please. the Seminole Nation Honor Guard. Thank you, gentlemen. Before we get into our, as I sing this victory song, I'm going to read this. The Seminole Nation Honor Guards will line up in a single file, one behind the other. Their movement is to go from side to side, just as a snake would do as it crawls along the ground. This side-to-side movement keeps the group alert by moving in and out of these trees and bushes for concealment. As the point man moves forward, the man behind him steps in the same footprint left behind by the point man. The center group does the same thing by following in the same footsteps left by the soldier in front of him. Point man, rifleman, Walter Larney, U.S. Marine. The point man's job is to lead the group out of danger to a place of safety, using the safest and shortest route. With his loaded weapon at hand and his experience, he not only looks out for the enemy, but he must also look out for booby traps, landmines, tunnels, and tripwires. Whether the enemy is hidden in the trees or on the ground, the point man must spot him first. The point man prevents a frontal attack on the group by encountering the enemy first so that the group can run for cover and safety. The rear guard rifleman, Commander Rex Haley, U.S. Army. The rear guard, his job is to provide rear safety to the group. He is to prevent any kind of rear attack from occurring. Plus, it keeps the group from becoming an enclosed trap. His duties are to look high into the trees and among the bushes for the enemy. Should a rear attack occur, the rear guard must encounter them alone. This gives the group time to run for cover. The rear guard must not only cover the back, but he must also keep an eye on the group ahead to make sure they stay within the serpentine movement. The rear guard must walk backward from time to time, always keeping an eye out for rear encounters or advancing enemy. With his loaded weapon and his experience, he knows that, like the point man, his responsibility is to get his group to a place of safety, out of harm's way, even if it means sacrificing his own life. End of the serpentine movement. Ladies and gentlemen, we say thank you to lead rifleman Walter Larney, U.S. Marine, Vietnam. Eagle Staff, Philip Kuhn, U.S. Army and Navy, retired Vietnam. Eagle Staff, Alex, U.S. Army. U.S. Flag, David Johnson, U.S. Army and Desert Storm. Seminole Nation Tribal Flag, Sam Wheeler, U.S. Army. POW Flag, Gerald Williams, U.S. Army. And Rear Rifleman, Rex Haley. How about a round of applause for our Oklahoma Seminole Nation Honor Guard. Cha.
Right on. Awesome. Showtime. Stand by. Bringing in our next color guard number 3 from Sisseton-Wapton, Oyate, representing the Sisseton-Wapton and Kiowa nations. This is the indigenous Akichita women. They consist of Commander Danielle Dakota, U.S. Navy, Audrey Sweetock, U.S. Army, Willow His Many Lightnings, U.S. Navy, and Lorena White Buffalo, U.S. Army. Showtime, you know the song. We're calling upon for 2 starts. This is composed by Stony Park, gifted to the indigenous Akichita women in 2021. Showtime, 2 starts. Victory song. Ladies and gentlemen, the indigenous Akichita women. And now, making the floor, we call upon color guard number 4. They represent the home bases of Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and Wyoming. The first all-female Native American color guard. This is the Native American Women Warriors. They consist of Commander Micheline Bigman, Army retired, Inez Sanchez Olamos, Navy retired, Keyshawn Smith, Army retired, and Ray Cal Painter, Marine Corps retired.